TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. I'm in the place where my friends are, and I know together we'll go far. Yeah, TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. And I'm still doing things the TimeShot way.
Hello, people. It's Poet, and ooh. Hello, people. It's Poet, and ooh, we are back on TimeShot, and the Colosseum is starting to look pretty epic. Okay, so I haven't shown this on camera yet. Technically, I was with Jake on his live stream where he was placing down basically the inner wall here. Oh, server restarts in 1 minute. Of course it does. Of course it does. You can see how late it obviously is. And the reason I'm recording so late, I'm recording, I keep pushing the reset time, the server resets every night. I keep pushing it back and back and back, and I keep finding an excuse to record later and later and later in the night. But there's a good reason for it today, and that's sort of part of the whole conversation that I wanted to have today about what's going on in my life, to keep you guys up to date. I know that I've had a few of these kind of videos recently, but this one's not, you know, no bad news really to say. So it's not a bad one. It shouldn't be depressing like some of the others have been. And I also wanted to show off this thing. There you go. Let's count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be back up. Right? Yeah. So, I'm going to be talking about what is going on right now. I'm going to be talking about what's happening in a couple weeks. And I'm going to be talking about what's happening in a few weeks later after that, or a few days after that. And then I'm also going to be talking about what's happening a few months after that. Okay, so it's kind of like a little timeline of what's going on in my immediate future. And I wanted to first show off this. Now I gotta kind of tell you guys at the beginning of this video that this is actually a re-record, but not for the usual reason. Usually I would re-record an episode because I have not quite gotten out what I wanted to get out. And in fact, that's the complete opposite. Like I actually loved the recording I did, and was actually very proud of it. I thought, wow, I talked about so much, did so good. I'm so proud of what I just said. And then I look at the recording, and the mic didn't pick anything up. So I had an entire day. The second in recent, like actually within the past like 2 weeks, I think I've missed 2 days where I haven't posted anything, and that hurts me. I don't like that. I don't want that to be a continuous thing. I've prided myself in at least getting one video, even if it's a crappy Windcraft, nobody watches it, but I like playing kind of video. I make sure that I at least get one video out, and to not get any out, it's disappointing to me. It's sort of like a personal goal of mine to just keep getting content out. To not meet that goal is sort of hard for me to deal with. So I do apologize for not getting content out a few days. I think it was a couple days ago now. 3 days ago now. But you got to know that it's not like I was just, you know, oh, I don't care about YouTube anymore or anything like that. It was sincerely like I messed up 3 recordings with this mic issue, and as a result, I did not have enough time in the day to get anything else done. So I couldn't get videos out. It was as simple as that. And I was upset about it, so I hope you guys understand that it wasn't my intention to disappoint you guys. I'm the one who's disappointed. But anyway, I didn't get any videos out because of this mic issue. So this is kind of my re-record for the TimeShot episode that I recorded. Just kind of going on with what's going on. So I guess the first thing that I wanted to mention is why I'm recording so late. Simple reason is because my internet's being shut off tomorrow. And don't panic. This is not like, oh my god, you're such, well, at the same time, my internet could get shut off tomorrow for financial reasons, but it's not that. It's not for financial reasons why it's getting shut down. You know, we're not, we are struggling, but it's not like we're getting services shut off yet. We're not to that point of poverty. The reason is that my father has now moved in with me. And this was a tough decision for me. For a number of reasons. Hold on a second. For a number of reasons, because when you move out, this is not going to be enough spruce. You know what? I'm going to pay MK's tree farm a visit. I think she may have spruce growing. If not, I can just pop on over to the spruce forest, which I think is close by as well. I think. Coal ore? Where in the heck? Oh, I have my silk touch out. That's why, probably. There we go. There we go. Yeah, let's go get some spruce. Anyway, yeah, my father's moved in with me, and there's a good reason for it. As you guys know, because I talked about this, well, when was it? Like a year ago even? Like 2 years ago? It was a long time. My parents split up. And I'm not a child. This doesn't affect me like it would a child. It's something that, for me as an adult, I saw as a long time coming. I'm not sure why they ever got together in the first place. I'm not sure why they stayed together for as long as they did. And it was healthy for everyone involved for them to split up. So that's the thing that happened. And as such, my father actually had to start renting. And his lease was coming up. Okay, so we're rewinding a few months now. His lease was coming up. Meanwhile, of course, my parents and everybody is very aware that I'm marrying Wynn and that I will be moving to the United States. And as such, I have property here. I own a house in Canada. Part of the reason for all those financial issues is because I have to own a house in Canada, and I'm also paying for a house in the United States, basically. So, you know, it's one of those things where I have this property, this house, and all the furniture inside and so on and so forth that I don't need and can't, in fact, because there's no room for it, even if I wanted to, really, that I can't bring with me to the United States. Like, I'm not gonna bring the house to the United States. I have to get rid of it before I move. So it's always been kind of in the back of my mind. I worked my butt off to get as much of the house done as I could, renovation wise. What you guys didn't really see, and what I didn't really talk about too much, is that, like, I would sink in, you know, 3 or 4 hours into making a video for the day, and then I would go and spend, you know, 3 or 4 hours plus renovating my house, which could be anything from putting up new walls to installing new doors to painting to cutting trim to you know, building a shed in the back to, you know, the list goes on and on and on and on and on of everything that I've done. Installing a new floor, installing new plumbing throughout the house, new electrical, new carpet, new everything. You know, I've been working really hard. Basically taking the very, very little money I have, buying secondhand everywhere possible, to try and get my house ready to sell. Because as much as I'm struggling to even like feed myself, there are times where I look at my house and I think, oh my God, when I sell this house, if I don't fix it up right now, I'm not going to get anything for it. And that might not seem like a big deal, but when you own a house as opposed to renting one, like that's my life, my whole lives earning. Like that's my, everything that I've ever earned in my life has basically gone into funding this house. At the end of the day, all that I have to my name is this house. And if I lose money when I sell the house, well, I don't know where I'd be sitting. Like I financially, I'm hurting now. If I actually lost money on the deal, I honestly don't know where that would put me. Like I just don't even want to think about it. So it was one of those things where in the back of my mind, I always knew I had to fix up the house. I need to work hard. I need to do it. No matter what it took, no matter how much it strained me, I had to just keep at it, keep doing it, work at it. And I still am. But then my father comes, we were just having lunch one day, and he said that he needed a house. Or that he was sort of like, oh, I'll need to find a place to live kind of thing. Just that kind of a comment. And it struck me like a bolt of lightning. I was shocked that this opportunity fell into my lap that didn't occur to either of us until that moment, was that he could just pay me rent. Simple as that. So the months got closer and closer and closer, and finally, yes, we decided, you know what, let's do this. This is a good opportunity because he can basically control the house a lot more than you could with a rental. You know, if you want to paint a wall, you can paint a wall. If you want to change what the driveway's made of, change that. You know, if you want to put in new countertops, do that. You know, whatever you want. Fix up the house. Help me fix up the house, and as in turn, you can live here, and we'll split the utilities and stuff like that. So it helps me financially. It helps his situation where he was looking for a place to live. He's, I think, technically paying less than he might have been when he was renting, but that might change. That will have to change ultimately when I move. But in the meantime, he's helping with renovations in the house. It's because we do still plan on selling it, and he is staying here. Now, what I was going to allude to at the beginning, and I kind of forgot, and I kind of got off track there, was, you know, when you have a parent that moves in with you, it's a very, very disturbing, very odd feeling. That's all that I can really say about it. When you move out, okay, and I know that I'm talking to some people out there haven't moved out yet. Maybe you just moved out. Maybe you moved out, but you're, oh boy, twins. Maybe you moved out, but you're like living with roommates or something. There's something different about when you move out and, uh-oh, don't do that. Don't you do that. Bear with me for a second here. People, we are fighting the horde. When you move out and you're on your own, okay, there's a certain, I don't know what, je ne sais quoi, as they say. I don't know how to even describe it, but it's the sense of freedom, the sense of responsibility, the sense of maturity, and it's something that you can only really get from when you move out on your own and suddenly you are supposed to be an adult and supposed to have responsibilities and decide everything that goes on around you, from what you're eating tonight to what kind of energy company you go with, you know, like even the menial things. There's just a certain something that I really enjoyed. When I moved out, it was something that I absolutely loved and embraced and have embraced and loved for all these years. Now I know that, like, if you're listening and you're not quite there yet, maybe you're still a kid, maybe you're just a student, maybe you're living with roommates or something. I just gotta say, like, you might feel protected by it, and that's how I felt. Honestly, you feel this protection when you're with your parents or even with other people. That, like, okay, maybe I can't pay the water bill this month, but at least someone in the house will. Or, you know, if you're living with your parents, then it's like, well, I don't have to worry about what to eat ever because they're gonna cook for me and provide for me and do laundry for me and, you know, things like that. But moving out and going on my own was so liberating. Liberating is a good word. It was so liberating that it's hard to even describe. So to have a parent move back into your house, I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I don't know if I ever mentioned it. That my mom actually moved back in with me for a very short time, like 2 or 3 months. I say that's a short time. It was honestly feeling like a long time by the time it was up. But while she was getting her house renovated, her condo renovated, she was staying basically on my couch for months. And that was kind of a nightmare for me because I felt like I had lost that feeling of, this is mine. This is my house. I've made the decisions that went into this house. Now, I know that, like, people are going to say, you know, well, you're going to move in with Win. Aren't you going to feel the same way? That's different because we jointly agree with what goes on. But with your parents, it's different. It's like they still have this I don't even know what to call it, but this ability to control what and how you do and what you do. And, like, my dad's come in now. He's staying with me. It's so hilarious if you could see it. Like, the kitchen has, like, 2 of everything now. Because, like, I'm fighting against the change. I have, like, there's 2 coffee makers, 2 toasters, 2 stacks of dishes in the cupboard. There's even 2 types of pasta sauce in the cupboard. Like, there's 2 of everything. Because, like, I will get and buy what I want and use the equipment and appliances and cutlery and all that I like. And he'll use and buy and everything, the stuff that he likes. So I'm fighting it this time. And it's so difficult to do because, you know, I think the difference is that for him at least, he might be used to something and having something a certain way for, like, oh, I don't know, 20 years, 30 years, for a very long time. And I'm just getting used to certain things being a certain way. That cow just scared me so bad. So I don't want to change what I've been doing, and he doesn't want to change what he's been doing. So we have, like, 2 of everything, and it's just, again, it's sort of a struggle, because, yeah, there was something about living alone, or at least on my own, that I enjoyed. And again, getting back to, like, the whole, oh, you're gonna get married and you're not gonna be able to choose everything you have and stuff. Trust me, me and Win click on such a level that, like, sure, I might have a French press coffee maker in the kitchen and she'll never use it. She uses the Keurig, which I'll never use, kind of thing. But that's okay. That's all right. For some reason, it's just different. I think it comes down to some sort of, I don't know, on some level it's about growing up. I Can't explain it. Wait, where was I gonna put the thing there, or was I gonna put it there? Where was I gonna? I was gonna put it here. I gotta get the high ground again and check out where I was gonna put the bank. That's kind of what I'm working on right now, by the way. I know I didn't explain that, but I want a bank there, and I'm going to build one. But I need to make sure where it would look aesthetically pleasing. So bear with me here. I think it's about growing up. I think it's about, like, it's a sign that, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. If you're living with your parents, it's seen as a sign of, like, immaturity in some way. So I don't want it to be that way. I don't want to live that way. It's just this. I know it's probably a lot of it is psychological, but still, like, it's just something that I don't want to deal with, really. So I can't wait to move out now. I'm being honest. So that's the one thing I wanted to talk about. I know that I went on a long tangent there, but that's pretty well the biggest news. The second is that I am going to visit Wynn in a few days, which is super exciting. A few days, I mean, like, basically a little less than 2 weeks. And I know that a lot of people, like, we had a fundraiser, and for yet again, you guys helped raise the money for me to go see Wynn. And I know that that might sound like it's not a really responsible thing to do when we're struggling for money, and we talk about our struggles for money so often. The thing is that you've got to realize, like, apart from Wynn, there are others involved in the situation. I've said this briefly before, but I consider her children to be my children in a very large way. Like, maybe not to the point, like, I know that I am not their father, and I will never be their father, but I can still be the dad, and I feel responsible for their well-being just as much as any father would. Now, with that in mind, like, I haven't seen those kids in over a year. Now, it's going to resonate a lot more with parents or people who might have family who are, for whatever reason, out of town for a very long time. You know, maybe they're in the military, maybe they are otherwise traveling. You know, my cousins, when they were growing up, their parents, my aunt and uncle, were long haul truckers, and they were gone for a long time. I want this actually backwards. They were gone for a long time, where my cousins actually had to live with me and my brother and my family, really. But they had to live with us for a long time because their parents would be gone for a very long time. And that's hard to deal with. It was hard for them to deal with. I know for a fact. Let's change this. But anyway, like, I know that it's hard to deal with, but how am I gonna make this look right? Let me just think about this for a second. I gotta put it, like, right here, and then, like, right here, and then let's put another cobble layer, and then let's basically make another one like so. No. Yes? No. What? I'm so confused. I'm confusing myself here. But anyway, it'll resonate more with a parent, I think. Like, just imagine putting yourself in my shoes where you haven't seen your kids in a year and you have the opportunity. It wouldn't cost very much. You would have the opportunity to go and see them. There's something a little bit indescribable about that as well, you know? Like, we're talking about a lot of indescribable feelings today, but there's just something about that. Like, of course, seeing Win is going to be the main reason that I'm going, but seeing the kids will be amazing as well. And even just seeing Win, like, did you know that it's been, geez, what's it been? It's been about, about 6 months. It's been about 6 months since I saw Win. And just thinking about that is just, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, the girl that I am going to marry, I have not been able to see in 6 months. And there's just something about that that I can't stand that kind of a distance. You know, I've been in a number of long distance relationships before, but it's a tough pill to swallow, guys. It's really tough. But anyway, we are going to see each other in a couple weeks. So that's something kind of cool to look forward to. I'm actually going to make that the doorway. There we go. So there's the building in general, how the sides are going to look. Now I have to kind of replicate more or less, don't I? Like that? No. Yeah? No. Yeah? What? No. I'm so confused. I don't think this one. If I look at it from this angle, that and then that. So then it should go like this. And then like this. And then there should be a, why is my accent happening like that? No, other way around. Like that. Is that really how big is it? Okay, so I'm adding 1, 2, 3 blocks to it. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Barely makes it, but it makes it. Yep, indeed. So anyway, there's that. And then the last thing, to not make this video 2 hours long, is that I'm finally getting a job. But I can't still tell you guys much about it. I know that I might have mentioned something about it before that I couldn't say anything about it and gave reasons as to why. Because things aren't quite confirmed yet. It is a guaranteed thing. It is a thing. But I don't know when, and I don't know how, and I still have to do, you know, the rudimentary stuff like criminal record check and so on. Which, of course, there's nothing in my I don't have a criminal record, so that'll be fine. So I just have to deal with things like that. Yet do tax forms and whatnot. So just the basic, you know, making sure the paperwork's all in order. And then it's as good as mine. But I can't mention anything until that's done. For just courtesy, I think, to them. And that's really all that I had to say. That I now know the date, roughly. I think it's still a rough date. But I roughly know the date of when I'm starting, and it should be fairly soon. So I am really thankful and hopeful and excited and nervous and all the feelings for this thing. But either way, I can't wait. I can't wait. And I should be hearing news soon about that. So I know that a few of you people watching were asking about, you know, how things are going and how things have been, and just wanted to, you know, make sure that you guys were aware of everything and make sure that you know how things are and how things have been. So that's the whole big update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think that we're done. Of course, if you have any questions or comments or the like, leave them in the video description, not the description, the comment section below. And I'll, hopefully, you know what, I want to do another comment jam. As I am going to see when, I'm probably not going to be able to post as regularly. I'm going to have to get a bunch of videos ready to go ahead of time, and a comment jam is the absolute perfect type of video to record. So if you guys have questions or anything, oh boy, if you have questions, let me know. I'll be happy to read them, and maybe possibly you'll be featured in the next comment jam when I do one. And that's really it for today. Thank you all for watching. We're working on the bank. Did I mention that? I did, but I didn't really mention that it was a project thought of mine. To sum it up real quick, because I know the video's over. Every shop here, every stall here, has an item that they sell. Rather than taking the payment in the chest or in another chest, what I'm going to allow for is we're going to have a bank here. Actually, it might be kind of cool to have the bank stores like so. And then block this off still. So rather than have the payment left at the stalls, I'm going to have basically a bank here with ender chest, places to leave payment, maybe even something basic like a currency conversion type of thing. Like if you leave, I don't know, a stack of gold, you will get, I don't know, 10 diamonds or something. You know, like I might do a little currency exchange thing like that. Basic bank to help people who might shop here. It is definitely different than the quartz colored city, but it's supposed to be. This is kind of the not the poor district, but the working man's district. So it's going to look different. It's going to look more medieval-ish. But I might still interlace it with some quartz just to kind of remind people that it is mine and it is part of this city still. But anyway, that's where we're going to end it. So thank you guys. We'll see you next time on TimeShot. Bye-bye.